Hey, it's Katrina Sawa here. I wanted to give you some tips today about getting booked to speak. I was actually speaking on a summit today about this topic, getting booked to speak, and monetizing more of what you're doing in your speaking. And I can tell you some of the things that are very annoying from a speaker booker point of view, because I have booked many, many, many speakers over time. I had a radio show on Blog Talk Radio for 4 years, just like a podcast, but it was no video at the time. So before podcasts were popular, I had a radio show and I booked a speaker every single week, every single week. And then I ran the International Speaker Network for 7 years and I booked speakers twice a month, in person and online. And I've done lots of summits, virtual summits and in-person conferences, and I book speakers. Now, first of all, let me just say that there's three types of speaking. Okay, so there's the free speaking, which a lot of people do, you see, and that's the easiest speaking gig to get is a free speaking gig. Or what I'm doing right now is a free speaking gig, right? You do your own speaking. You just go live on video, you host a webinar, masterclass, or some kind of something for free. That's the fastest way to speak is just do something yourself. Now, of course, we always want to get booked. And a lot of people come to me and say, I just want to be a paid speaker, Katrina. I'm like, okay. They're not as easy to get, okay? And usually when you're getting paid to speak, you're getting paid to either do a keynote, like an inspirational or some kind of talk that might be around your book, usually an author, or you're doing a training and you're getting paid for like a workshop or a training to a company, organization, employees, all that kind of thing. Usually, it's not the only way, but those are the more types of people that are going to book you and pay for you to speak. Not as easy to get. Usually they're booking for 6 to 12 to 18 months out. So it's not like you're going to get booked tomorrow or in 3 weeks or even next month, usually as a paid speaker. Okay, so if you need to make money now, then you want to be free speaking and you want to do it often, all the time, like a weekly thing. I know I calculated how many speaking gigs I had one time. It was a couple, I think it was before COVID. And it was around 60 speaking gigs a year, and that was in person. So, for the most part. And so you don't have to do that many, but a couple of a month would really be good. Now, the third type of speaking is pay to play. Pay to play is where you pay to speak on someone else's stage or someone else's event. A lot of times we pay to speak on a virtual summit, or we pay to speak on stage in person at someone's event or workshop or whatever when they have a couple other supporting speakers. And there's nothing wrong with pay to speak, by the way, because if it's a perfect audience for your offer or your services or whatever it is you do, then that person who's hosting the event or that group will put people in the room for you. So you can just usually show up. Now, sometimes you, as a pay to speak speaker, you do need to promote the event as well. And it's important to note the responsibilities when you are applying to speak anywhere, what they're asking of you. And it's also important as the speaker booker to share those responsibilities. And for example, I'm involved with the women's group, and somebody was putting out a call for speakers, but they were kind of being misleading, honestly, because they sent you to a page that I knew because I've been around the block a while. I could tell that they wanted to have speakers pay to speak, but they didn't say it on the page. All they had was an opt-in. Opt-in if you're interested in speaking at this event. So it made it sound like it was free. So that's kind of a bait and switch, and you don't want to do that. That makes you look bad once you get in, and then the person finds out, oh, you want me to pay? I'm like, and then you lose credibility as a speaker booker doing that. So don't do that. And just know though that the right marketer, if I'm going to pay to speak, I'm going to make sure that the person hosting the event or the summit or whatever is a good marketer, because I market the hell out of my speakers. All over the place. In emails, I get really creative too by going live with them or sharing other things in other ways, not just tagging them or whatever. So it's very important that the speaker booker and the host of the event has a good plan to promote your speakers because you have to make it worth our while. Even as a free speaker, you need to make it worth our while as a speaker, booker, or host of the event because we're spending our time, we're actually marketing it, we're showing up, we're delivering value, and you need to put people in the room. So you need to be a good marketer. So those are the three types of speaking: free, paid, and pay to play. And there's nothing wrong with any of them. Just know that depending on your goals at the time, which ones you might want to focus on more. And, I've paid to speak, I think up to $5,000. But I've also been a part of a program knowing that I would get on stage at this organization's event. So I've spent probably over $10,000 being a part of someone's program, knowing that that would give me a speaking opportunity on stage at their event, which is hundreds of people. So there's various levels of this, right? It's a gray area. And it's not a bad thing to do because I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars from like that one in particular opportunity, just so you know. So there can be a lot of money to be made. Again, you have to know that you can convert people from stage, know that you can relate to people, even on a free speaking gig, though. Usually in a free speaking gig, um, you don't usually sometimes you make an offer. You can just make a free offer to do lead generation and offer some kind of lead magnet or, free call or training or something like that. That's fine. If you are going to make an offer, like a paid offer, please make sure you are experienced in making paid offers from stage. I see way too many people wasting their opportunity by trying to make a paid offer and not doing a free offer at all, just trying to make the paid offer and then not getting anybody. And they're missing that opportunity to at least do some capture leads. So, from a speaker's point of view, you got to be skilled in the speak to sell model. You got to be skilled as far as being able to not only educate, engage, and inform and entertain the audience, but in order to make them actually do something or want to know more, you have to have that skill level. So this is one of those things where you got to continually hone your skills around speaking and selling from stage and making offers and shifting too. Like a lot of times on the call I was doing this morning, the summit, I showed up not knowing, I didn't know any of the speakers. I knew the host. I hadn't seen anybody really promoting it, so I didn't really know if there was going to be a lot of people there. I had no idea if people were doing PowerPoint presentations or if it was interview style or if I was just going to get up and talk. I had half an hour. So I was prepared for all, just in case. I had my PowerPoint. I always have the ability to just speak, as you can tell. And then an interview style is fine too. And I had about four different things with links that I put in the chat because I believe what I love to do from a talk, whether it's a fee paid or free talk, is a this or that offer. So a this or that offer is my favorite. Now, do you want to know more about it? You have to comment and let me know, and maybe I'll give you a video about the this or that offer. And it's really good. And I use it almost every single time I do a talk or an offer or an event or anything like that. But you have to request more. You have to request that from me because you know what? I can't just keep giving all this stuff for free. So, all right. So how to get booked more now that you know which kind of bookings, please make sure you have your talk descriptions. Too many people out there are talking about having a one sheet or a speaker sheet. You don't need a one sheet. In fact, as a speaker booker, the one sheet is annoying. And you know why? It's because it's a PDF and usually we can't copy and paste the content very well. We certainly can't get your headshot off of a one sheet PDF. And it usually doesn't have the bullets. So even if you have your talk title and a 2 or 3 sentence description, that's not enough for the web page that I want to put you on. I want to have a good paragraph of why they need to come to your talk and 3 to 5 bullet points of what they're going to walk away with. And I want, link to your bio and a whole big old bio. And I want your headshot separately because I have to put it on my website separately. So by having a PDF glossy 2-sided one sheet is not important unless you really want to go after the paid speaking gigs, and you're going to send that thing in the mail with, say, a copy of your book and a speaker sheet and a letter, and you're going to put it in the mail in a package. That is when it's handy to have a really graphically pleasing, glossy one sheet. Just an FYI. Yeah. Otherwise, nobody cares. I'd rather have a Word document with all the details in it, and so I can copy and paste it into my website or into marketing materials and go, because I don't have time to figure out how to get it off your one sheet PDF or your website. Please don't send me to your website where I have to go find information. Oh my God, that drives me insane. And most of the time, when you're applying to speak, you're going to be filling out forms. So be prepared with those full descriptions because the forms are going to ask for it. They're going to say, what do you want to talk about? Well, you have to have your hooky talk title. You can't just say, I want to talk about business and marketing. I want to talk about, blah, 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 blah. No, you need to have the talk title that's super engaged, like fun, attention getting title. If you don't know how to make a fun, attention getting title, you can go to ChatGPT and maybe they can jazz it up, or reach out to me or get some help or get some feedback. But that is like sometimes I don't even book you because I see the title or I see that you don't even know how to write a title. And I'm like, next, like that's how it, I don't have time. So I'm just saying, those are some things. There's a whole lot more. I'm happy to teach you more. There is a speaker training on my website, actually, if it's free, and it's an audio training, and it'll teach you the 6 steps to jumpstarting yourself as a speaker. It talks about monetizing. It talks about making offers. It actually talks about the this or that offer, I believe, and what to position yourself in the intro of a talk, how to really, design your talk to make people want what you've got. It talks about a lot of that stuff. If you want to go get it, it's at jumpstartspeakertraining.com. Jumpstartspeakertraining.com. And you can sign up and get it right now. So it's free. And then come to a call, come to one of my coffee chats, or come to an event. In September, I'm hosting an event called Level Up Live. And we're going to be working on speaking stuff, making offers, your selling from stage. We're going to be working on all of this. And so hopefully you can, get a plane ticket if you need to, and sign up and register and get your ticket now because it's going to be a small group, 30 to 50 people max. And we're going to be working on all the things. I'm going to, you're going to get hands-on access with me to do all these things. I know a lot about a lot when it comes to business and of course speaking and all the things that have to do with that, including follow-up and all the things. So go to leveluplive.biz, leveluplive.biz, B-I-Z, and you can get your ticket today for that. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good day, everyone.